Hey, welcome back. Time Bomb, Part 4, Module 2, Planning. We are talking about planning, which is such a huge component for time management and beginning to master it. And you've done all this legwork already. So the planning part, this is where it should get fairly simple for you. All right, so first off, what we're going to cover in this particular video is the benefits of planning, some tips and tricks on planning, how to map out your week and your day, and we're going to talk a little bit about social media. All right, because I got to take one more jab at social media while I have the opportunity. So first off, the benefits of planning. You're far more productive when you plan, right? So when you have a plan going into the week or into a day, you're more productive because you know what has to be done. You know what tasks to focus on. You know what's high priority and you know what's not. So you're more productive. You prioritize the most important things first, right? So when you make a plan, you're like, all right, what are the absolute things that I must get done today? And those are the things that you put at the very top of your list, unless they're time sensitive or time dependent, where you have a client meeting and obviously it's hugely important, but that client meeting isn't happening until 4 o'clock. You're going to plan your entire day around being available at 4 o'clock and being ready for that meeting. So it's still the same principle. You prioritize the most important stuff. Maybe it's not the first thing you do in the day, but it's prioritized as such. You're aware of how much time you have available, and it decreases the likelihood of saying yes to things you simply do not have time to work on, or things that you don't want to, that you don't want to do. Look, we've all been there. You get that text message from a friend that says, hey, you want to host a clubhouse room with me? And you really don't want to do it. But you're like, sure. Well, if you already know what your day looks like and that you don't have the bandwidth to do it, it's a lot easier to say, oh, Shelly, I would love to host a clubhouse room with you, but here's the deal. My day is completely packed today and tomorrow isn't looking much better, but maybe we could talk about doing this on Friday. And it's really a benefit to me if we can plan it like at least 4 or 5 days in advance. There you go. Now Shelly's got I want to do it with you, but I can't do it today. But if we can plan for it, we can make it happen. How great of a friend are you? Exactly. Pretty great. Pretty great. And the single biggest benefit of planning, your work-life balance improves. Honestly, if you're going to plan your day and your week, you're going to plan some personal things in there as well. You're going to plan the workout. You're going to plan to do some reading. You're going to plan a date night. You're going to plan to spend time with your kids. You're going to plan those important things. And that's what this is all about, is really being able to find time or find a way to have that important balance in your life. All right, there's your benefits of planning. Let's talk about some tips and tricks for it. First off, how can you leverage music, podcasts, or noise to help or hurt your productivity? So essentially, we talked about this in one of the earlier videos. Corey loves music while he's working. It makes him more productive. Julie does not. Julie cannot have music while she's working. So it makes me less productive. And understanding that and knowing that makes it a lot easier for me. Like, I can't go work at a Starbucks. Do people still do that? I don't even know. Like, I think COVID might have stopped that from happening, but I can't do that. I don't have the focus when there's music playing in the background. I love music. I love to listen to music. I love to dance. I love to laugh. Who doesn't? But I honestly cannot have music on while I am working. It's even worse with podcasts or audiobooks, because I've tried to do it. Like, oh, hey, let me just kill 2 birds with 1 stone and listen to this audiobook while I'm working. Yeah, guess what happens? Either I don't hear a word that's said on the audiobook, or I don't get anything done for work. Or I'm writing a blog and all of a sudden I'm putting words from the audiobook into my blog and they don't even make sense. And then I've got Corey yelling at me because my editing is terrible. He's like, what were you thinking when you wrote this? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I was listening to something else. So understand how music, podcasts, noise, other things, how it either helps you or hurts you, and then leverage that. Use that to your advantage. If you're more productive with music, then play music. If you're not, then don't play it. Work in silence. Understand when you're the most effective during the day. Morning person, right here. I love mornings. I'm far better in the mornings. And I'm particularly far better in the morning when it comes to writing things. So I can bang out, 2, 3, 4 chapters in a book in a morning. Ask me to do it in the evening. I can't even get 2 paragraphs. It's just my brain doesn't work that way. I am highly productive in the morning, and in the evening, I do need to do tasks that require much less thought. Evenings are a perfect time for me to edit videos because all I really have to do is just pay moderate attention to what I'm doing. They're also a really great time for me to listen to our podcasts when I'm reviewing those after Corey's done editing them. Corey's the exact opposite. He's an evening guy. He gets way more work done in the evening. He's far more productive and has an easier time with it. He struggles in the morning. He hates morning meetings. So we've got clients. Thankfully, we've got a bunch of clients that are on the West Coast and out in Hawaii, and that makes it much easier for him to get those afternoon meetings in because he's far more productive. And me, I just take some hustle energy or drink some coffee. I'm good to go. So we figure out ways to make it work, but we know when we're the more productive and how to make that work for the two of us. Context switching. This is a big one that I really want people to understand. We've referenced this several times throughout these videos, and context switching is this. You're working on one thing. So let's just say that I am editing a video. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you know what? I should really go write this blog. Well, now I got to start working on a blog. And I've gone from doing something that doesn't require much creativity for me in terms of the video edit process to writing a blog, which requires some creativity. And it's a completely different type of work. And so it slows me down. So what would make more sense is if I edited 10 videos at the same time and I wrote 3 blogs together, or did if I have to write any type of copy, I'm doing all of my copywriting and my blog writing in a group together because I'm in that groove. And also we already know I should be doing that blog writing in the morning and that video editing in the evening because that's when it's going to be the most effective for me. But that's context switching, where you're jumping from task to task to task and they're not related, and it forces you to stop and think things through, kind of make a new path in your brain to get moving and then start working again. You lose a lot of time that way. It's really unvaluable. And it's a big, big benefit to you if you can group like tasks together. Time blocking. Ooh, my favorite. If y'all saw my calendar, you'd be like, what? I block my time. I time block. I do. And I have really consistent time blocking day over day. So I know, example, every day, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., that's video, that's social media posting time, right? So I do all my social media stuff between 7 and 8 a.m. That means I repost old blogs. I post new blogs. I post new videos for Project 365, or I post new content on LinkedIn or Instagram. I post about our podcast, whatever it is. All things social media happen during 7 and 8 a.m. And then I'm done. I really don't need to look at social media again, except for to go in, take a look and see, hey, do I have anybody that I need to engage with? Have people commented and followed? And I have some time blocked in the afternoon for doing that. So I try to stay off social media unless I am legit, like being productive and getting something done. And then the next thing is effective use of your calendar. This is our final tip, right? So use your calendar to your advantage. If you are one of those people who has a link for people to schedule on your calendar, make sure that the hours that they can schedule actually work for you, right? They'll find time on it. If it's important, they're going to book. And make sure that you've got things blocked off on your calendar for work time. This is one of the things that we're really good at. We block time so that we can get work done. And well, yes, we want to be available for our clients. And we always tell people, look, if you look at our calendar and you can't find something to talk, you can't find an available time and you really need to talk to us, reach out, because we'll find a way. We'll shift some things around, but we're not going to leave our calendar wide open and let people schedule all over it and not have time to get our work done. We prioritize our clients, but the way we prioritize them is by saying, if you can't find something that works, then let us know. All right, that's it for tips and tricks. Let's move on to mapping out your week and your day. Isn't this exciting? This is easy stuff, guys, right? Yeah. All right. First off, I'm just going to say a little effort goes a long way in this area. Now, one of the guides that we have for you is a sample of how we plan our week, and it's a really effective tool for us. We use Google Docs and create a list of everything that has to be done, and we both work from it. It makes it much easier. It takes me, honestly, if it takes me 15 minutes at this point to create that list on a Sunday night, I'd be stunned, because I'm just copying the existing list, making the updates to it, and then tagging Corey in it so that he knows, and we just start working from that. So it's a really easy thing to do. When you create a plan for the week, you are setting yourself up to have a really productive and successful week. And you already know from the time audit how much time things take, you know, the frequency with which they have to occur, and you know the priority of them. So moving them into a schedule for your week should be really, really easy. You know that you know what tasks have to be done every Wednesday. So you plan those for Wednesday. Just create a plan, even if at the beginning it's just this high level plan to get you started. A little bit, like I said, a little effort goes a long way in this area. Now, what we do is we create a weekly plan, and then obviously we're in there updating it all the time. We're striking through things that are done, adding additional tasks in there, but we're looking at that plan daily to see, okay, what are the things that have to be done today? And we're making sure that, one, are they still required to be done today? And now what's the order in which I should complete that work? And that's really just up to what, if there's no specific time, like this must be done by noon on Wednesday versus just has to be done by Wednesday. So before like you hit the pillow on Wednesday night, this task has to be done. There's a big difference in those two. And we try and differentiate whenever there needs to be something explicitly called out. But you can easily look at that weekly plan, see what you need to have done on a given day, and then plan your day around that. It just makes it so much easier to be sure that you're getting the right work done. And last, email and text. So there's a lot of differing opinions on this. For me, I will tell you, I leave my inbox up all day long, and I check it to see when emails are coming in. It's probably the area where I need the most retraining in, to think about, just like I only look at the calendar, or I only look at my inbox in the morning and again in the afternoon. For me, for us, that feels a little irresponsible, because when we're so new, there's only two of us, and we have clients that, you know, come in with questions, and we train our clients that we only respond in the morning and the evening? Sure. But that's not in the best interest of our clients. And so that's just not how we do it. A lot of people do it like, don't check your email the first thing in the morning. Don't let your email control your day. There's a lot of ways to look at email. What I will say is this: email and text are the same thing in my book. Find the solution that works for you and how you manage them. It's different. It's going to be different for different people, and how they do their business and how many people are in their business. So the key is to not let it control you, and to have a plan for how you're going to approach it. And that plan can look very different for you than it does for me. All right. Finally, social media. It's a time suck, you guys. Yeah, there's business reasons to use it, but schedule that shit out. Don't let it control your day. It is so easy to get lost on social media and to be comparing what you're doing to what everyone else is doing, and thinking about how old Johnny over there is having such a great year, and your business is just sucking wind, or whatever it may be. Schedule it. Don't let it control your day. Just schedule it. Just trust me. Social media, for the most part, you need it for your business, most likely, but you don't need it to control your life. And that is my final tip for you on social media. Next video is all about executing. Can't wait to see you there. Get those plans built. And if you have questions, let us know.